Welcome into the Business on Purpose podcast. Scott Beebe, your host, the head coach, and the founder of the Business on Purpose platform, where I woke up today, to liberate you from the chaos of working in your business. It's what gets us fired up. It's what we get excited about. And I am delighted to be able to bring you a situation from the coaching room. Just got out of a client meeting. And for those of you who are new to the Business on Purpose podcast, these last few episodes, what we've been doing is we've been taking you inside the conference rooms and the online meetings that we get to be a part of each and every week with real life, real situational small business owners, and help you kind of think through what they're thinking through so that they can help you work through what you're working through. Head on over to mybusinessonpurpose.com/vision. If you have no clarity, no direction in your business, you feel chaotic, pulled in 17 different directions, mybusinessonpurpose.com/vision. Here was the situation. So we're been working with this client for a while, and they were so good at implementing team meetings. And if you've ever listened to the Business on Purpose podcast, you've heard us before talk about the priority of team meetings. In fact, we say team meetings are the second most important thing that you can do in your business, hands down. The most important thing you can do is your vision story. That's why we constantly push and, quite frankly, give away our vision tutorial and template. It is the full tutorial. It's the same one we use in coaching settings, mybusinessonpurpose.com/vision. So that is the most important thing. Second is the team meeting, because your vision tells you where you're going. It's a detailed future snapshot of the business. Your team meeting is your means of communication. If you have no team meeting, you have no formalized communication. And this business owner that we just got done meeting with, they started their team meetings out of the gate. They did really, really well for a really, really long time. Then they had a personnel employee situation that threw them a massive, massive curveball. One of the first casualties of that curveball was their team meeting. And they just laid out today, almost as if hiding an addiction from the doctor. They sat down and they said, hey, we want to shoot straight with you. We've not been having our team meeting. And so our meeting was actually pretty short today. And the reason is there's really nothing to think through. And I wasn't mad. I wasn't upset. In fact, I was quite relieved because there was some tension. I could tell there was tension within the business and what they were having to go through. And I didn't like it because I knew that they've worked so hard. And yet I was so relieved to hear that they'd not been doing their team meetings because it made the solution really simple. The one big thing, the one big takeaway that we left from our time together, and every person that we have the pleasure and the responsibility of being able to meet with, we always walk away with one big action item. The action item today: reinstall your team meeting. Reinstall your team meeting. And if you'll recall, there are 5 things that every team meeting should have. Number 1, every team meeting should have an agenda. That agenda should start with your mission and values. Tie a story to your mission and values. Where have you seen this week that we lived out our mission? Where have you seen this week that we lived out one of our core values? Shouldn't take you any more than 30 seconds, a minute, to tell an interesting story from the week. The second thing, once you've got through mission and values, is that you come back to a big win. Dan Sullivan says, begin in gratitude. That's what BIG stands for. A big win. Go around the room. Something professional, something personal. What is a big win for you individually? And it helps you to get to know each other. The third thing in your agenda, accountability items from last week. What did you talk about last week that was supposed to get done? Look back on the sheet of paper, the spreadsheet, or the Trello board, or the Asana board that you put that on, and give an update. Fourth thing, business items. If you do the 12-week plan that we suggest, this is where you go to your 12-week plan and go, all right, here's the 12-week plan. Did we do it? Here's what we need to get done. Here are the next steps. Here's the processes, etc. Fifth thing, go back to your accountability items. Anything that you had in discussion, lay those out in the accountability items. And then final thing in your team meeting agenda, training. Any process that has already been built, and you should be building processes on a regular basis, we call it the systems mindset. The next time you do it, document it like it's the last time you'll ever have to do it. Document it either by writing or by video screen capture. So the last item is training. If you have a process written out already, retrain on that process. If there's a process that has not been documented but needs to be documented, take that training time to document the process. That is a fantastic utilization of time. That's what your meeting agenda should look like. That's the number one thing every meeting should include. Number 2, a defined leader, and it doesn't have to be you. Number 3, defined participant. Tell the team members who needs to be there. Tell the team members who do not need to be there. All that's defined by what team meeting this is for. 4th thing that every team meeting should include is a budget. Understand how much the team meeting costs you. If you don't know, go to Team Meeting Calculator, HBR, Harvard Business Review. And there's a team meeting calculator. It's awesome. Go plug in the data points there. It's real easy. All you need to know is how long is your meeting, how many people are there, and what's their average salary. It'll tell you exactly how much that team meeting cost. And the 5th thing, every team meeting needs predictability. That's what got in the head of this team who had not met in a while, is they had lost their predictability. Because when you lose predictability, you begin to increase micromanagement. I want to say that again. When you lose predictability, you increase micromanagement. When you increase predictability, you decrease micromanagement. Again, check us out, mybusinessonpurpose.com/vision to articulate your vision story. What do I mean by predictability? We call it the seesaw of predictability. Imagine the fulcrum, that point in the middle of a seesaw board. If you've got a question on the left-hand side and you've got a time on the right-hand side, if you ask a predictable question at a predictable time, then the seesaw stays balanced. But at the moment that you ask either an unpredictable question or you ask the right question at an unpredictable time, you throw the seesaw out of balance, and whenever the seesaw is out of balance, that leads to micromanagement. Every team meeting should have an agenda, a defined leader, a defined participant, an associated cost or a budget, and should have an atmosphere of predictability. I hope you'll take this serious. This is the second diagnostic question that I ask any small business owner who feels in chaos. Number 1, do you have your vision story written? The answer is usually no. Number 2, do you have a defined weekly team meeting at a set time with a set group of people with a set agenda? The answer is usually no. Hey, if you need help with that, come find us, mybusinessonpurpose.com, or better yet, we'll find you. You show up at the website, go get the vision tutorial, the vision template, mybusinessonpurpose.com/vision. Download it. It's all yours. The only thing we ask is that you do it, is that you implement. Thanks for joining us. See you next time on the Business on Purpose podcast.